The region is facing the potential for snow, ice, and dangerous travel conditions. In the meantime, crews have been preparing for whatever Mother Nature throws at us. Joining us now is the Public Works Director for the City of Charleston, Brent Webster. Joining us now with how crews have been preparing. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I know you guys are very busy. How early in the week have you guys been hitting the streets?
Well, we've had even last week little small events, that have not added up to what's getting ready to happen. So we've been putting salt in the roads and dealing with that. The number one thing we're doing right now, since the snow's probably coming in tomorrow afternoon, that's what we understand, is that we're just making sure all of our trucks are the lights, putting chains on them, making sure all of our fleet is ready. Our drivers are working hand in hand with the mechanics, making sure we have a list. We have 17 routes, and then making sure we have enough salt. So those are the first three big checklists, and all those are satisfied. So we have our trucks, we have our drivers, and then we have our salt. We have adequate salt supplies.
For folks who might be going about their day and they see maybe a hazard or ice bringing down, I don't know, power lines or anything like that, can they reach out to you guys and report or notify? And then if they do, how do they go about that?
They can. You can always call 911, of course, and then there's a non-emergency 911 348-8111. But in the city of Charleston, if you wish to bypass 911, you can call our street department dispatcher, and that's 304-348-6850, and that could be a request for any service. Maybe a tree has fallen and is blocking the road, something like that.
What can folks who are either driving or where they should park their car, what sort of things can we do to prepare to help you guys better?
Right. Well, I think we all say, everyone don't go out, but we know that's not always practical. People work, they got to go to the hospital, grocery store, whatever it might be. First and foremost, that's what I would recommend, that there's been enough warnings, enough notice that I'd stay home. But if you have to be out, give the salt truck a lot of distance. Don't get too far, too close behind him. And, but also in the neighborhoods, we have 17 routes. Being a municipality, we have a lot of streets. We're not out on the highways a lot. That's a lot of times the state trucks. Sometimes our vehicles get into a situation where the street's partially blocked because a vehicle is taking up too much of the roadway.
Sure.
So we would ask that they use their driveways or use off-street parking if possible. It's not always possible. Otherwise, we just tell our drivers, we're not going to have a collision. And then we just tell them to back out of that area if they can safely. Call dispatch and let the journal reflect that we can no longer salt that road. That's a big one. And then I think on just driving tips, if you are going to be out, I think that you should, the less braking and the less accelerating, the better. So therefore, drive as slowly as possible and to avoid having to do that.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Brent?
No, just stay in if you can, and I do think that I mean, we were talking about snow, but power outages are real, and falling trees, and other impacts with this kind of weather are real, and so they need to pay attention to that kind of stuff too.
And we just want everyone to be safe, and that includes the crews as well. Brent, thanks so much for joining us here on Good Day at 4. All right, everybody, and of course everyone is wanting to pay attention to this forecast coming up, and on the other side of this break, our Chief Meteorologist Spencer Adkins will have a full check of your forecast next. We'll be right back.